Good morning.
Good morning, Art Beauty Equilibrium Podcast family, episode 267, coming to you live from Los Angeles, California. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Sports update.
Well, first of all, we got the NCAA agreed to pay athletes billions of dollars. But, I don't know who's going to get the money, but they agreed to pay them billions and billions and billions of dollars. And also, what else we got? The LA protest getting heated. I don't know, you seen that. Got Tyler Perry at number one. We got Doechie's speech at the BET Awards. We got Sly Stone
R.I.P.
and the NBA
RIP.
Finals. So, let's get into it. NCAA pays $2.8 billion.
Yikes.
Yeah, this is for the NIL deals. They basically have agreed to pay the athletes money and even back pay. How much of it is going to back pay again?
$277 million per year.
So these are for people who already played, gone on. I said that's big because most of the time these people ain't got no money anyway, and they've been on all these video games and whatnot. So I think I would love it.
It says the settlement would also grow through the decades, meaning that each institution starting in July, will have $20.5 million to pay, and then it will grow over the years. And the back pay, I think that's the question that everybody's asking. How will they do the back pay? You know what I mean? How do you pay back pay?
It's going to be hard because
NCAA going to be broke.
I mean, they make so much money, though. They've been exploiting these
kids
for years. Man, we were playing NCAA football and basketball like in
Do you
the
remember
90s.
the Fab Five and everything?
Yeah, all of that.
The UNLV
They got the
team?
money.
Yeah. Miami? Yeah.
They got the money.
And
So,
that's pretty decent because I'm pretty sure a lot of these student athletes from the past did not make it. And just imagine some of the money they could be getting.
yeah, I don't think it's even going to really. Do you think it'll change college sports or just kind of like make sure people getting paid? Because they seem like the price is going up for tickets. Look what Deion did with the Colorado program.
Right. Now, listen, it does say some key things. Instead of scholarship caps, they were replaced with roster limits. So, you're going to have to watch for that. That's something to watch. And then also grandfathering, meaning that they cannot kick anybody off the roster currently right now due to the shift. So you can't.
You hear you getting paid.
Yeah.
It's too late.
You
It's
in
too late.
there. You in
It's too
there
late.
for sure. You in there.
It's too late.
What
You're
up,
getting paid.
Mom?
Right.
That's dope. But yeah, so if you paid, you pay. That's that's good news.
That is great. That is
Exactly.
great.
Moving on, NBA Finals.
It's now tied up.
So listen, these ratings, right? Are they low? I don't know what the ratings are. I know the basketball itself is good. It's great.
Yes.
Like the actual
Correct.
game is one of the best finals competition wise, but I don't know who's watching. I don't know if it's like the casual fans or just hoopers, I think the NBA got to figure that out. Like they got a great story this year.
They will figure this out after everything's said and done. But it was a great game on Sunday.
Yeah, good.
I
When's the
wanted
next
to be Wednesday, tomorrow.
Wednesday, yeah, okay.
I wanted it to be a little closer, but it was a good game. It was a really good game.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said it's time they pay those kids. I totally agree.
Man.
It was a good game. And rest in peace to Sly Stone, man.
Yes.
He
R.I.P.
passed away.
Yeah.
Legend. It was crazy too because they just finished his documentary. Was the sad part about this, man? He basically passed away with no money, man. You know,
That happens,
he was,
that happens to a lot of people.
man, no bread.
Happens to a lot of people.
A lot
And
of
I
people.
would say this, rest in peace, Sly, but his influence over music and rock and roll, R&B,
Yeah, how do you transition, bring them both together? and stuff, yeah.
exactly. His style and influence transcended every genre. So when we look back at his life and career, why isn't it so saddening that artists like this that are so influential, how can they keep money in their pockets? Like, why do they have to die like a broke, like, you know what I mean? Like, how do you avoid that? Like,
Well, you got to understand.
It's their backstory, and we will never understand any individual's backstory.
What's happened even to Justin Bieber? So it's not something that's just, exclusive to one type of artist. It's like the bottom line is when you get hundreds of millions of dollars and you have you taken any financial literacy courses? Are you an accountant? No, you're an artist. So now you have to automatically trust other people to do the right thing, and that ain't gonna happen.
Never happens.
You got a room full of people that are smarter than you when it comes to managing your money, trying to take it from you.
right.
And they're very good at it.
And it happens too many times, man. I just don't get it. It's like, just hear me out. Why do you have to? It takes so much to do so wrong to somebody, and it just takes so little to do so right. Like,
Right. And
like,
we're
why do you have to
talking-
be so greedy to take somebody's money?
That's how they make their living, unfortunately.
But
So they need it. I like what Mimi said. They need a union. It's not right, but it's
Absolutely.
like they make a living off of scraping those dollars, and they're giving the artists pennies. And now,
bottom feeders, pretty much, they're bottom feeders.
a little off topic, but Timberland just caused a bunch of chaos, saying that he is signing a AI artist. That's how they read
Yes.
the headlines. And I was watching. Guru was in there. It's like a bunch of different producers just had a live session where they were discussing, like, how we gonna make money? We don't even sell music now. We just getting paid pennies off of streaming, and they don't even tell us how they calculate the formula. And he was basically like, hey man, like, I'm jumping out here because this is at least a way where we can make some money. We already lost this money. He's like, and there's no stopping it. So we need to figure it out. So when you look at these artists, it's already a broken system. They're already dealing with record labels that want to take all their money.
Once again,
Accountants. Everybody's trying to
Right.
take your bread.
it's some type of it keeps on circling around to some type of enslavement. you
Yes.
know?
I feel you on that.
like you're always getting trapped
Yes.
consistently.
And
How
if
can we
you-
live life like this, yo?
Exactly. And if you realize how many people spoke out against, even Prince R.I.P. and Sly and the Family Stone was one of his greatest groups that inspired him to make
Right.
his music. And as a creative, do you guys remember when Prince had Slave
Yes.
written in his beard?
We were just watching that,
because-
yeah.
Exactly. Just because of things like this, that when you don't have ownership of your masters, when you don't own, as a creative, the things that you basically put out into the world, it's hard for people to calculate that and pay you for it, even though you're out there lending your craft to the world.
This is my question. How can we figure out how to help the artists? Like, okay, so just hear me out. I know we don't have too much time, but everybody who has a contract, right? Like, you just kill the contract somehow. Like, throw out some, listen. Just throw out some dumb albums, right? To get rid of your contract, right?
Right.
Get out your contract, right? And then, form some type of better contract, because everybody know you're getting screwed. So get a better contract, just like how Tory Lanez, before he got, how we had this great system of how to get paid,
Right.
right? Go to a structure like that or something similar, right? And stop worrying about these record labels because they're not doing anything for the artist.
Right.
And just let it all go. right? And start from scratch.
Yeah.
Guess what? I'm pretty sure there's something that can turn from there. You know?
Right.
Like Mimi said, go independent like LaRussell.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
He got it. He got it. LaRussell is amazing. He doing commercials and everything now. I just saw him
Yeah.
doing a RV repair commercial. It sounded good too.
I gotta see that.
It's dope. It's
Shout out
dope.
to Russell. Yeah, man.
It's dope.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. BET Awards. We had Tyler Perry gave a speech. He's talking this shit. He said, I've made more black millionaires than all the studios combined.
Combined
Tyler Perry.
in
Now-
Los Angeles. So
Now, I thank you, Tyler Perry, for that. Now, I will say, Tyler, please just have some better content. Even though Straw was amazing.
Straw is fire.
I give you Straw, Tyler.
We just
Man,
watched that.
I saw it yesterday.
Check
Hey,
it,
Straw
check
is-
it out. It's number
Just
one on Netflix.
Straw was
Taraji.
amazing. I
I said, all right, he
Sherry
made
Shepherd.
up for Divorce Sister.
Yeah, because at the end, I did not
didn't see
know.
that. I didn't see
I did
that.
not
Yeah.
see that coming.
Don't say
so
that.
shout out to Straw. Shout out to Tyler Perry. Let's get some more like that. I know we get to trauma bonding and everything like that. This was a good trauma bond movie.
Tiana did her big one.
Yes, she did.
Absolutely amazing.
But
in
let's
her
get
role.
some where it's not too much male or women bashing and get some good content. But shout out to Tyler, you know, and hopefully we can get some more content, you know, that show his creativity, you know, besides the Divorce Sisters and all this other stuff. I'm sorry, I don't roll with that stuff, but you know.
I will say this one thing that he did mention, and we're referencing his BET
Yeah,
speech.
BET
That's what we're
speech, just to
talking
be
about,
clear,
okay?
I kinda
Because the
jumped
BET
in.
Awards
I didn't
were
see it,
happening
so-
yesterday,
Right.
and a lot of things in LA were also happening yesterday.
Oh,
but
yeah.
in the wake of the BET Awards, he was basically saying, if you are a creator and if you are wanting something out of life, you're wanting to change your life, you're having something that you want to put out there, or whatever. He said, leave footprints. He was motivated by his son asking him a question on the beach, and he was basically saying that he was going through life, but the most important thing that he was doing in life, whatever, is leaving footprints. No matter how long it takes you, no
Facts.
matter
Facts.
whatever you're facing or whatever, keep going, keep leaving the footprints, and don't stop. Don't stop. Do it all the time. Do it every day or whatever. And then when you get to the point to where he is, where he can bring other people out, okay? Taraji mentioned in her
see Damon?
interviews about this movie that basically after she was an Oscar nominated actress,
Right.
her phone went dead silent.
Mm-hmm.
So
No calls.
where are the offers for the people that Tyler is putting on the screen and still bringing
And to
revenue for it?
your point, he put Sinbad as in the movie, man.
Sinbad,
He is,
That's
yeah.
that's crazy. Like I
Yeah,
haven't
that-
seen
that
Sinbad.
blew
It's
my
good
mind.
to
I was
see
like, wow,
Sinbad.
yeah.
Yeah, that's dope.
You know,
Yeah.
but one
And
thing.
and remember the other actor, not to cut you off, but the one that was on the Cosby Show. Remember he was at Whole Foods,
yeah.
and
And now he got his
he was
acting
working.
career back
and
up
Tyler
again.
put him
yeah.
back in the game. So
Yeah,
Yep.
that's dope.
yeah,
I mean, sometimes we just have to say we're gonna make our own footprint or our own
there you
lane.
go. There
right,
you go.
right.
Look, you know,
Make your own.
I try to make my own lane a lot. So look,
And honestly, I just feel like this, just as a below the line worker, you see the conditions that some people have, and then you see the people, the conditions that other people have. So if, you know, I mean, just like Sherry Shepherd said, if Brad Pitt can have a living room in his trailer, you know what I mean? And other people are
damn,
doing-
what?
I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, all trailers are not equal.
Everybody who are on these
What up, cuzzo?
levels should be able to walk in and feel valued and feel like, you know, you're putting out great, you're doing a great job, you're putting out great value, you're putting out great work that we appreciate or whatever. We respect you. We're going to show you the respect. You know what I mean? And pay you. The greatest thing that you can do to respect me is pay me. Okay? Pay me.
Yeah.
My worth.
We gotta move on to our deep dive. This week's deep dive is the LA protest of ICE. Now, we know from seeing all the images, I don't know where you've been if you haven't seen this, but it's
I seen a couple of cars on fire. I seen cats throwing bricks at ICE cars. What is going on?
yeah. It's it's like we've seen this over and over again. You got the peaceful protests in the beginning.
You gonna show some clips or no?
No, I'm not
Okay,
showing no
okay,
clips. And
okay.
then we fast forward and it's like you blink and it's stuff on fire and people getting shot with rubber bullets and
Yeah, this is
they going to graduations and
getting
parents got to leave their kids and run and
Yeah, that's sad, man.
and
That's sad.
you know
That's
the
sad.
the thing is really just completely chaotic, you know. And we were in the watching the different networks, right? And it's crazy how it's just immediately gets politicized. Like on one network, they showed the people in the streets, no police in sight, and they were making it seem like, where's all the law enforcement? And turn to the next network, it's like 1,000 police and no protesters.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, all right, we can't. When real stuff is happening to real people, it's like we can't just jump to the political, like who can make this and put this spin on it. It's crazy.
I will say this. I have heard a lot of chat about professional agitators.
Yes.
It's real. It happened with Black
Yes,
Lives Matter.
definitely.
After
It did.
It definitely-
George Floyd.
It did happen with Black Lives Matter, definitely.
So these are the things that we have to mention because we cannot have this podcast and be one-sided. We can't say, okay, you know what I mean? These are things that are happening and we see, and you have to understand that it's other agendas being, put out. And I will say this, it's tricky. I'm trying to say what I'm saying without, being opinionated or whatever. But I feel like when you have on a federal level, the president of the United States sending 700 Marines to LA, you know what I mean? For something that is seemingly an issue between the states and the federal, because right now it seems like Gavin Newsom is saying, and I quote, "We don't need your help. We didn't even ask for the National Guard.
We didn't request the National
We did
Guard,
not
right.
request it."
He said that.
So that's why he has a lawsuit now against the federal government because they're saying that because of the insurrection
And
act.
Trump said, "I might arrest you." And they asked Gavin Newsom. Gavin
It's
Newsom got on
going up.
TV.
It's
He
going
said
up.
he knows where I'm at. He basically told him, "Pull up. You know where I'm at. I'm not hard to find. I'm the governor." He was like, "Let's go. Arrest me."
And referencing he's referencing the border czar.
Yeah.
Right.
So at the end of the day, come on.
And
now.
they did. I see Tiger Lily. They did slam the door in Maxine Waters' face. She went to go check on some stuff.
Absolutely.
They slammed the door on her.
Yes.
Whoa, are you serious?
I
Yes.
seen her bangs fly back from the air. No, I'm just.
You know what?
All right,
At
I'm
every
sorry.
moment.
I'm sorry.
This
I'm
is why I just
sorry.
look up like this. Look, what's next?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's go.
All right, G.
Let's
really,
get back on topic.
really, G.
I'm sorry. Couldn't resist. No, but
It was funny.
yeah, and they told him they basically were like, "Look, man, we didn't ask for this help," and they played a clip where they said, "You gotta request this stuff, you know, as a governor, right? Request help."
But on top of that, not only did he already send 2,000 and 300 of those, and let's be clear, 300 of the 2,000 were sent and deployed. The other 1,700 they said are in federal headquarters, and he sent 2,000 more yesterday, right? So that's going to be a total of 4,000. But let's be clear because they didn't do it the right way, they didn't request federal funding for them to come here. So now the National Guard is without beds, without water, without food, without proper conditions to even be where they are. So it's just, some of the stuff is like jumping the gun, and then it kind of seems like a pissing contest at the end of the day. And we're talking about people's livelihoods. We're talking about
people's
immigrants
lives.
who are being taken away and being deported, which, of course, there are all kind of other ways, I'm sure, that you can do it I mean, you know, and ICE, they have a job to do at the end of the day. Let's not forget that.
Listen, there's a respectable, there's a way to do everything with respect and class, even if you're doing this. Because one thing that we talked about is even when you look at the sanctuary city, right? Declaring your area a sanctuary city, that's something that is, when you look into it, it's kind of like an oxymoron. It's like you can declare yourself a sanctuary city and welcome people on the state level and not cooperate with the federal, branches of law enforcement, but they still have the right to come in at any moment.
Yes.
And because it's a violation of federal law, they can then always go over top of the sanctuary label and still pull people out. And that's what you're saying. It's like for years and years and years, you make money, you build the economy with all these different combinations of people and groups of people that may have been born outside the United States. And then you send in these different law enforcement agencies on the federal level and just remove them by any means necessary. And that's what you're seeing play out here. And it just happens to be playing out in California. We have a lot of immigrants in California.
Yeah, we do.
And
I know we had. I didn't know we had that many, because I know we were talking and you said we have as many immigrants as we.
It's
do.
very close. They said it's almost identical to the amount of African Americans that are in California. It's
And
very,
I will
very
say
close.
this: I listened to Pete Hegseth on Capitol Hill this morning. He testified that it's 20 million immigrants. 20 million.
Where, in the United States?
Yes.
Yeah, see, and I think California has like
They had the highest
24%, 25%.
number. Right.
Yeah. So when you see this playing out like this, and everybody's everybody's not, and like you said, I think the thing that is most troubling is like somebody even warned the movement, like, hey y'all, it was an older man got on social media and he said, be careful of the professional provocateurs that's gonna come in here and turn this into a looting session and try to switch the narrative. It's like, be careful for that, because that no matter what your cause is, once that happens, it takes away from any message that you're trying to
Absolutely.
send. Like when they was running in the shoe store or getting the shoes, that has nothing to do with nothing.
Yeah. See,
And to Michael's point,
oh,
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jason.
So shout out to Uni. He was saying, all these small issues is deterring the big issue. So we got to make sure we stay on focus with the main issue and stuff, just like how we were saying. We got to get rid of, stop focusing on the small ones and get to the main ones. But it's very hard because the small issues is the ones that's in the face versus the main issue that we really need to be taken care of, But, go ahead, Shima.
I was going to say to Michael's point, he said California can have the country at the balls, but in honest truth, Gavin Newsom basically was threatening to take away federal funding because we give 80.
We're a donor state, yeah.
80.
Yeah, he checked them on that one.
Right.
Trump was like, maybe we ought to withheld federal funding. He was like, do you not know what's going on, man? We donate $80 billion.
We're a donor state. 80 million
to
or
take care of
billion.
everybody else.
It's
So
like,
it's just, to
sheesh.
me, it's looking weak. You know how Kevin Hart said we look weak as a unit?
yes.
That's what's going on, man. We got to figure this out, man. Also, in closing, we got to wrap it up. We over time. Black on the Block is coming up this Sunday.
Father's Day. Happy Father's Day in advance.
Yeah, happy Father's
Black
Day.
on the Block will be there.
I will.
City Center, downtown LA.
Yeah, man. Y'all be safe out there when you're moving around the streets.
Please
Please
do.
be safe.
Be safe. Tap in with the news wherever you go. Make sure your event is still going on. Some things are being canceled, postponed. So.
And local news, Hawthorne, the city of Hawthorne's Juneteenth Fest is Saturday, June 14th. So
And Manhattan Beach got a Juneteenth Fest. I'm like, what?
I know one person who's happy about all this other stuff going on the news right now, in the news.
Better not be on Bruce's Beach.
I'm talking about Diddy.
Oh yeah, Diddy.
Nobody's talking about that right now.
Shannon.
Man,
Hey,
look,
shout out to Armand. Armand
that
Wiggins
dude is
for giving
hilarious.
us
Hey man, he
the
blew up, man.
That
play
dude's
by
I
play.
seen
hilarious.
that man on Fox.
The play-by-play.
He's on
Okay.
Fox now?
They had a Fox session with him. He's been on TMZ. He's
Yeah.
been on all the local news agencies. I said, hey, there you go. He took this opportunity and presented it in a way where you out of here, man. You
Man,
did that.
Look, that is our time.
That's our
We'll
time. Yes,
see y'all
y'all.
next week. Make sure y'all like, subscribe,
Like,
and
share, subscribe.
It's free 99, y'all.
Appreciate y'all.
We will see
Remember,
y'all
be
next
safe.
week. Please be safe.
Waking to the ground. Kick it up.